Hello, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see here, we're at the end of the 23-24 season, and we've won the Stanley Cup. So this is a successful Jersey Quest franchise mode with Scott Perunovich and the St. Louis Blues. So I'm going to kind of quickly recap how the regular season went and the playoffs and all that good stuff. So let's get into it. So in terms of the regular season, as you see here, we finished with a 41, 28, and 13 record, which was good enough for 95 points. And again, the third season in a row, finished second in the Central Division behind Colorado Avalanche, which was a bit of a miracle. As you can see here, our leading scorer was Vladimir Tarasenko, but he was also tied with Pavel Buchnevich. Both scored 60 points. Tarasenko was 30 and 30. Buchnevich was 14 and 46. And it was kind of a bit of a miracle we made the playoffs. And so I think it was like mid-ish October. Ryan O'Reilly went down with like post-concussion syndrome injury and then missed basically most of October, the entirety of November, the entirety of December, and most of January. So we were like really struggling during that period when he was out. But when he came back in, we kind of stormed back up the standings and were able to make the playoffs, which is good. In terms of goals for per game, you can kind of tell based on our leading scorer having 60 points, not too hot. It was 2.80 goals per game, which was 23rd in the league. And then goals against per game, so our defensive goaltending here kind of really held us up. 2.62, which is 4th in the league. In terms of Scott Perunovich's stats, let's pull him up here. Here he is. Him and Scandella kind of a bit of a down year, both in the minus and the plus minus, but they both scored 12 points. Perunovich had 3 goals and 9 assists for 12 points in the regular season, which is down from the year before, but everyone else on the team is down, so not really a surprise there. Kind of terms of President's Trophy, it was the Edmonton Oilers, the 111 points. Right to that. Then I guess go to the playoff tree, so find out how we won the Stanley Cup. So as you can see here, we got a matchup against Nashville in round 1. They had 92 points, finished 3rd in the Central, and we simulated all those games. Turns out the series went. Game 1, Nashville actually destroyed us, 7-1. We then tied the series with a 4-2 win in Game 2. Nashville took another lead, the 4-1 win in Game 3. And we stormed out to 4-0, 4-1, 5-2 wins to win the series in 6. We then got matched up against the Anaheim Ducks for the first wild card with 94 points. And kind of very similar story, since we got pretty smashed 4-0 by Anaheim in Game 1, but then we won Games 2 and 3 by 3-2 and 3-1. Anaheim then won Game 4, 5-1. Another kind of very convincing victory, but then we won Games 5 and 6 by 2-1 and 3-1 score alliance to win that series in 6 as well. Then Western Conference Finals, or kind of rematched the Western Conference Finals from 2 years ago, where we got matched up against Calgary Flames. So yeah, I played the home games similar to the rest. So that series went, Calgary won the first 2 games by 6-3 and 2-0. And then won the next 2 games 4-2, 3-0. Calgary won Game 5, 2-1 to take a 3-2 series lead. Game 6, kind of put on my try-hard hat and absolutely smashed them 9-2. And then Game 7, we were able to kind of, I guess, carry that momentum and win Game 7 by 4-0 and advance to the Stanley Cup Finals to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. So it was basically 2019 versus 2020 and 21 Cup winners. Here, we didn't fare too well against the 2018 Cup winners, but we were able to triumph in this matchup. We won Game 1, 4-3 in overtime, I'm pretty sure. Tampa Bay then won Game 2, 3-0. We won Game 3, 2-1. Tampa Bay tied it up with a 4-3 win in Game 4. But we then won Games 5 and 6, 2-1 and 3-1 to win the Cup in 6 games, which is super exciting. In terms of kind of scoring in the playoffs, let's pull up the player stats here because they don't have a little picture for it, which I guess it'd be kind of cool if they had that, but they don't for this, so it's unfortunate. But Zio is Robert Thomas, who ended up winning the Conn Smythe with 9 goals, 13 assists for 22 points. In terms of Scott Perunovich, here he is, finished with 4 points and a +4. So I mean, his buddy Scandella did pretty good in the playoffs here, rebounding from their kind of somewhat poor regular season, contributing to help us win the Cup. which is pretty solid. The next kind of last but not least, we'll hit on the awards. They say we won the Stanley Cup, President's Trophy, Oilers, Campbell Bowl, Prince of Wales Trophy. Individual awards, Austin Matthews kind of swept a bunch of them with his league leading 98 points in the regular season. So he won the Art Ross and the Hart. Fox won the Norris. Kucherov the Lady Byng. Calder went to, I think it's like a computer-generated guy for the Wild. Conn Smythe, as I said, went to Robert Thomas with his 22 points in the playoffs. Vezina and the Jennings went to Andrei Vasilevsky. So it was pretty great that we were able to kind of overcome Tampa Bay in the Cup Finals. They had the best goalie in the league in the regular season. Masterton went to Libor Hayek. Jack Adams went to Vegas Golden Knights coach. They finished, as I said, they finished with 100 points, which was good enough for third in the Pacific. Which I don't really understand why they won the Conn Smythe, because they actually regressed. They had 109 points last season and were first in the Pacific, so a bit of an odd choice by the game there to give him the Jack Adams. Selke went to Kopitar, Ted Lindsay to Matthews, and the Rocket Richard to McDavid. So yeah, this is a successful season. Wasn't look like it at first when kind of O'Reilly went down. We were kind of in the dumps a little bit for kind of first half of the season, but I guess our bargain bidding turned out all right in the end because we were able to go on to win the Cup, even despite having kind of below par off season and that big injury in the regular season. So it was pretty exciting. Kind of overcame some adversity here to win this Stanley Cup, which is nice. That's kind of it for the series because we won the Cup, which is I'm super pumped about. But yeah, in terms of what's next, again, not sure. So yeah, I guess you'll find out whenever the next episode of the first episode of the next series goes up. But yeah, still super excited about this one being a success. So yeah, thank you to everyone who watched this episode and any of the other episodes in the series. And I hope you check out whatever series ends up being next. Thank you.
That'll do it, and man, oh man, what a special night. Not only are they Stanley Cup champions, they've also immortalized themselves with their names on the cup.
What an amazing accomplishment. We see it year after year. The celebrations are so similar, but each one of them a little different and certainly more personal for each of these guys.
You can sense that anticipation to hoist the cup, but a pretty respectful moment here, Razor.
The fact of the matter is everybody has lost way more than they've won. And so even though you're on the winning side, you know what everybody else is feeling.
It's funny, it's a beautiful trophy, your playoff MVP, and yet nobody seems to really want to hold on to it, Ray.
No, because everybody in the building, including the players, is waiting for the next one to be out there and to be presented. And that, of course, is the Stanley Cup.
Well, this is the perks of being one of the leaders here. You get to collect the Stanley Cup first.
Yes, but I think the most important thing is these guys will be tied together forever. Their names will be on that trophy. They'll have reunions, and it won't be who held it first. It'll be that we all
okay, Ray. Dibs are okay.
Sure, but it's not going to matter in 10 seconds.
Ray, you're right down there at the ice. Give me a sense of the emotion.
Well, everybody's just babbling away there. It's like nobody's really making any sense. They're so excited, hug on to each other. They're looking at the trophy. They can't wait for their turn to carry it around the ice.
I got goosebumps even up here. We think of the players on the ice, but Ray, as you see the rest of the organization huddling, it really is a group effort here.
This means something to everybody that works with the championship organization. The cup is in the middle. You're in the picture.